lot of people may have met Stephen King because he used to I can talk about this time.
Okay.
It's fine. But, because he used to like open his house up on Halloween. He used to have like this he used to turn his place into like an unbelievable haunted house. But like the van accident changed a lot of things, right? He got hit by the van. But apparently like he is the most normal member of his family.
Wow.
You seem to know a lot about this van incident, Pierce.
Wow. Pierce, speaking of which, why was your van driving license revoked? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dreamlands. My name is Philip, and I am insaliented within
I don't know what
a
that
group
What
of
did you
wonderful
just
players.
say?
I'm insaliented. So
sounds
apparently-
salty.
What?
It sounds salty.
Sounds salty. A salient is apparently when you sort of like form, you kind of surround a force on three sides. You kind of like, you sort of you.
Oh, so it is in fact
military
far
term.
more accurate than being ensconced.
Ensconced is correct because ensconced is not fully.
Was that on your word of the day calendar?
No,
I
we got
Googled-
a whole
I-
thing. We got
I
a whole
went into
thing
a
about
long Googling
yesterday.
because they complained
during yesterday's
last night.
game.
So also I'm going to add ensalient I've just created that as a word to describe something that has been put into a salient position, and not salient like apt point, salient like this military thing.
Well, I still think you should go with what your first instinct was, which is that you are swimming in a bowl of
and
players.
I am sloshing around in a bowl of wonderful players. That is what I said.
That I can get down with.
See?
Now Tane I can get into. Does anybody know what that's from?
Unfortunately.
Nude Tane. Nude Tane. This is not safe for work. Mm-hmm. Ugh! I'm okay. I could watch Celery Man all day long. Google Celery Man, everybody, if you want to see Paul Rudd's best performance.
What? It's not Marnie and me?
I think that's Owen Wilson.
It is Owen Wilson.
Unless Paul Rudd is Marley.
Now
It's
Tane
dog.
makes
Voice
it.
of Mark.
Somebody showed me that there was somebody texted me a thing of how there was a movie. I guess there's a movie about to come to Disney Plus called like The Young Woman in the Sea, and I think it's like a Daisy Ridley like sports biopic where she's like swimming.
Oh,
it's like about, like a
yes.
swimmer who does
Yes.
the thing. And so he showed me that, but then he also texted me how there was a movie from maybe like it's like the last couple years, maybe more recent than that. It's a Paul Rudd movie called The Catcher Was a Spy. And it's about a former baseball catcher who was a spy in World War II. And we were just like, these people need to like stop trying to like slightly change the title of like classic works of literature for their sports movies. That's what I said.
I think we need more of it.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good. Oh man, I wish this was the TVU. I wish this was Meet the Plains. We get some
It's a
hot
very
takes.
DJ3 thing to say.
Very DJ thing to say. Zekas
Take it.
Torrret.
3 R's. No punctuation.
Yeah, yeah, no punctuation. We're not
We
we're not
don't
breaking
ruffle
it up.
tongues. That is part of the enemy kingdom's language.
Torrret. Well, in any case, the catcher was a spy.
Spoilers.
I used to really think it was funny in high school, like when we had read Catcher in the Rye. I would, because isn't the thing from it like when a body meet a body coming down the rye? Isn't that the little?
No, I've never read Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, okay.
I read it a long time ago.
They never made me read it in high school.
Well,
They made us read it.
this anecdote is going over like a lead balloon.
A Luftballon?
I think you mean a Led Zeppelin.
I don't mean a Led Zeppelin. That's a band. I mean a
But
Led.
99 Luftballons?
Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons. Nena? That's that Eric Clapton song I can remember. Nena, you've got all those balloons. Nena.
I'm never gonna remember it. How do you? What does H&M mean in German? Again?
H und M, but it
H
doesn't.
und M.
It actually,
Thank you. I know.
she was
I know.
like she fully undercut that.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels good to laugh again. How's everyone doing tonight? As you insalient me.
Oh no, now you can't use it that way. I'm out now. I've tapped out of that one. We can go back
can't
to.
I say you're insalient-ing me? You are. Ooh, Lord of Bargains.
I just ordered so many candles from there.
What did you get?
Oh.
I ordered too many because I ordered them post several beverages.
That'll do it. Can you tell us?
Ordered them just very hydrated off water.
Tell us some of the scents. I'll tell you if I like it or if you've made a huge mistake.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, Philip and I will just thumbs up or thumbs down them publicly.
Yeah.
And of course, I ordered it after the whole thing, but I got the potion pack.
Potion
the
pack.
potions are all great.
I'm gonna make the case. Potion pack is
I
probably
like
the best
2 out of
do.
3 of those.
You don't. Which one don't you like? Stamina.
I forget.
Green, blue, or red?
I think it was green.
Yeah, green is very different. Green
It's
is
the kind of woodsy one, I think.
good. Green is peppercorn.
I did Blackhound Tavern. For your recommendation, Pierce.
I don't like that one either.
It's very strong. It's not. It's of theirs. It is not like their best
I do
selling.
love
by any
Blackhound
stretch.
Tavern.
I did Stone Moss Chapel for your
My all-time
recommendation,
fave.
Philip. I did A Walk in the Woods. I don't remember why, but I did it.
Sounds fun. It's
a good
their
one.
one of their most.
You
evocative
ordered
ones.
these online or something?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how
And-
most of their business is done. They only have the one store location. It's been a while.
And Realm of Shadows.
Oh,
I
Realm
like
of Shadows is fun.
a lot. I like Realm of Shadows a lot. Those are good.
I will recommend to you if another one at some point in time. That's also not that many. That's like when I go into the store that I walk out with that many candles. But Golden Wheat Bakery is just sorcery to me. It smells exactly like fresh baked French bread.
All right.
That one's
I was
just
sorcery.
intrigued
by the deity ones too.
I mean, this is that's what these are. All of those are really, really good. I recommend all of those. I will also say, I think one of the current, I think you can get it now. It's like I think it's just for this season. Summer Plains is so nice. It is this incredibly. It's not on this table anymore. It smells so much like it's like grass and orange blossoms. It's delightful.
So I should just order more now before mine even arrives.
Yeah. Just.
I
keep
mean,
ordering.
what I think you should do is whatever you need to do. But in the meantime, what I need to do is chat with you all about this delightful game that we're playing in this Dreamlands.
All right, if you insist.
We had a situation on Wednesday where sort of the voting was very much impacted because of the potential of what is now clearly what this vote's going to be about. I didn't quite realize. It's an ongoing process that what really will matter is not so much the storyline, but what acronyms can be formed of the two options every week and how they must adhere to something. This past week, we had a vote between Watt and Totes. Now, was Totes purposefully created by me as an acronym? I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but I will say that after the absolute debacle that was the Pravinia shop and the Poison Shadow, briefly both being the two options, and people being like, I don't know when I do the abbreviation, which one this is. So, basically the initials are going to now always spell something, regardless for all time. But it was then explained that maybe what we should do is have two options between them, which will be interesting because now people won't vote for what they want. They'll vote for they won't care about the game itself. They'll just be voting for arbitrarily chosen titles.
Yeah.
So Totes did not win. So basically, one thing we're missing out on here because we just did WOT, W-O-T, Woods of Tara now. That's the winner tonight. So we won't be having a mate anytime soon. Unless, for whatever reason, we have a mate coming. But next week, I will tell you that when you vote, starting tomorrow, I would assume, your options will either be Totes, unless something crazy happens at the game tonight and Totes is out the window.
That's the objective.
Your options will be Totes or Magotes. What Magotes spells, because they couldn't vote on it on Wednesday, I can actually at least try to make it make some degree of sense, rather than going with some of the very disturbing things of mini children. Well, they were awful. Anyway, so in this game, in our most recent episode, we actually had a rather seismic shift in the past couple of times, in which our friend DJ3 has left this dreaming world to go back to the waking one of Lostlore Academia, where many of his friends are still trapped here or trapped elsewhere. But he's gone back, so at least it doesn't look like everyone's been murdered. And he can't. And while DJ3 could potentially like help cover
He's
for
just
them,
gonna get arrested.
he keeps doing things that aren't helping with that. And yet he's also such an amazing hockey player now, or he always was, but now he's an even more. So it's like it's complicated. In any case, one door closes, another opens, and the group last week went to the Condor universe, to a realm called Halvang, I guess people say Solvang. I'll go Halvang. That's kind of what was the thing. So they went to Halvang, and they encountered these living dolls, these masterwork, sort of beautifully crafted automata that were made by various gnomes of the Verkstad. They tried to. They succeeded in convincing these gnomes, or these masterworks rather, not to side with Maisie. But in the process, they kind of brought along a partial ally, someone who also had been sent to sort of stop Maisie, though we had no details. An Undoale Twilight elf named Zekas Torrret, who is one of the hearts eternal of Halvang. He is someone who is able to, his spirit was, in some long past time, he was a great warrior, a great hero. And he's recently sort of been recreated. He keeps saying he was born yesterday, which is effectively the case. He probably, I think, travel time between where he was and where he is, he could be as little as like 1 month old. But he is a fully grown elf with plenty of sort of personality, and though he doesn't have like personal experience, he has all sorts of kind of, he's a very accomplished ranger, has all those abilities as a second nature, and also, if things really get dicey, can turn into an 18-foot tall, 5,000-pound cyclops, whom, as Ka insisted, only has one die in his look rolls, representing his lack of depth perception.
But 17 luck roll.
But a 17 luck roll?
Is that true, Philip? Okay.
No, speaking of luck, let the
It's
dice
actually
decide.
7D is what he said. 17.
7D. He doesn't have a 7D luck. He does have a 7D throw though. So if Asha, if you ever want to do a fastball special, he can in a cycle.
Hawking people.
He can hurl you. But speaking of luck, and
What's the big deal with that? People throw me all the time.
in the interest of everyone feeling good about what's going on, can we please all roll 4d8 to determine our luck for the day? And in so doing, you're all rolling 4d8, and you're all adding the degree of success you receive to. Did you get no matches?
This is just it's lost a little bit of it.
You know. Yeah. You had
3
one
ones
match.
though.
3 ones. He's got 5 today. I'm sorry.
Triple sixes.
2 8s.
4 for KJ. You said 2, Dominic.
Triple sixes.
Triple sixes. 5 for you.
I got the devil's number.
Pierce, have you rolled yet?
1, 2, 3, 5.
6.
Cool.
6.
So we got 3, 4, 5, 5, but not 6, sadly. So there you go. So that is the luck everyone has. And when you returned last week, Henry was certainly very intrigued by this gentleman. And Filion, sort of feeling that Zekas was born on third base, at first sort of resented him until Henry sort of pointed out, he said like he has this power with no work. Henry said, no, he did the work in a past life. And Filion was like, ooh, on second thought, tell me more.
Yeah.
I'd like to
how-
subscribe to this newsletter.
How many times would he have lived and died at this point in time?
That is something Zekas Torrret Which, what an interesting name for them to have assigned, you know, like that. I think he picked that name himself. That's how the others did it in the game we did that used the system. The names they picked were, let's see, one of them was an automata-like thing, like a porcelain doll, beautiful and delightful, and she called herself Pocket. There was a dwarf who liked the taste of beer and called himself Malt.
Mm-hmm.
There was a kitsune, sort of like fox girl, who just called herself Kitsu. And then there was a sort of like this kind of human woman, but with this sort of odd dream power. Her name was Mishara.
It sort of feels like Zekas, like that someone just like shook out the remaining tiles of the Scrabble bag, and that's what was
What
left.
are we gonna do with all these R's?
We got a Z and 3 R's.
Yeah, it's almost like Zekas Torrret was named from an online fantasy name.
And you know, this is why they banned proper nouns from Scrabble, because you got that one guy, Torrret. It's a real name. Look it up.
He's on this D&D stream I really like.
It's almost as if they used random dice roll on an online name.
I can give you another name if you want.
No, this is.
Do you have a different name as a Cyclops? Do we call you something different when you're in your Cyclops form?
I don't think
Wait,
so.
what if it's Zekas Torrret but with only one R?
4 R's?
Torrret. Well, so with that in mind, and anything I should have mentioned from last week's? I always give the players the opportunity to remind me of anything if I haven't mentioned a key moment that they really wanted to sort of talk up. Asha did a great job of running around the side of a presentation room, like sneaking and making it seem like all the crowd had the same weird bear person voice.
She
And
did
we're all
the
saying
Robin
something.
Williams from the song, Aladdin.
The Prince Ali.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I had in mind.
Are you gonna love this guy? Well, so with everyone's
Gave
luck,
a masterful speech.
gave a masterful speech, convinced that you did convince them. I suppose to be more specific in it, of the 12 masterworks, 3 of them probably there will not be a consensus. 9 of them said, no, we're not inviting this doll here after what they've said. Many of them were already suspicious. You confirmed their suspicions. You swayed them. You were convincing. Also, Filian, we should say, was like a, you know... Like
I was just a human-sized version of me.
With the hat, was probably like a 7 foot tall. Yeah, 7 or 8 feet tall, just that. With what a footprint, by the way. Just like a meter of just... just scraping the sand.
Does he have tank controls in that?
But with a really cool eye.
With a really cool eye. That's true. Hey, so many interesting eyes going on. If only the Cyclops had a bionicle eye.
Oh.
But 3 of these things, let's see, who didn't? Squeezebox and Crystal were intrigued by Maisie. One the bard, one the sort of
The 2
sorcerer.
chaotic ones.
Both chaotic evil, and Fetish just simply doesn't. Fetish the barbarian just does not back down from a fight. So they are still intrigued by Maisie, but what you've prevented is a scenario in which Maisie has a united 12, perfect dolls at her beck and call. Is it possible that Squeezebox will show up again doing his weird sort of whatever routine and mess with you? Probably. Squeezebox and the Mime have sort of more in common than I ever realized, and Squeezebox and the Mime sounds like a really interesting cop show. Maybe coming soon to the TVU.
Or a band
God.
about to have their first gig.
Brought to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage.
It's a prog rock band.
Yep. Squeezebox and the Mime. I could really, Squeezebox and the Mime is a band that Fred Armisen could really do a biting and hilarious, like riff of. Like there's a Portlandia where he's just playing the guitar, going like, "This was my grandfather's chair And I'm just like, that's everything anyone ever needed to do. You win.
Does the mime in the band is just miming an instrument though, right? It's not actually playing an instrument.
It's true. And yet, can you hear the music?
You know, it's jazz, man. It's about the instruments you don't play.
And maybe, do you think Squeezebox plays just a lot of the Who?
How possibly?
I'm just imagining.
I was sort of.
Squeezebox. Mama's got a squeezebox. Daddy never sleeps at night. You know what a squeezebox? Do you guys know what a squeezebox is? That's not just like a random thing.
It's an accordion, right?
Yeah, it's just an
It's a
accordion.
boob.
Yeah.
That's a
No,
squeeze bag. Very close. It's a boob. It's a boob.
If it's a squeeze box, KJ, you should get that looked at.
See, that's what happens. That's why I don't like the cold, is what I'm saying. No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
In Minecraft, maybe it's a squeeze box. Do they have boobs in Minecraft? If so,
Everything's a box in Minecraft.
well. On that note, let's get knuckles deep into this game today. We. All right. Oh,
Sophia,
I will
please
also.
put that in the wiki.
I don't know what they're talking about, Sophia.
Oh.
I'm glad I got a few people by saying that. It's fine. You know what? We're just all here having a good time. Nothing matters. It's all right.
I mean, this is your channel. You're getting demonetized if it happens.
Ah, to be demonetized, you need to at first be monetized. So, crisscross. All right. So, we're gonna monetize you just so we can demonetize you, or demonize you. Oh, I guess one other thing I'll mention from last week. I guess we're clean the knuckle for a moment. Nova objected to Zekas' presence because Agnes doesn't care for the reincarnated, which is an interesting kind of bigotry you never know about until you start playing a TTRPG and wonder about
So
how
she doesn't
magical
like
things-
Frederica either?
Frederica is different because Frederica has not been reincarnated. Frederica was dead and is... Agnes considers...
She's one of the good ones.
Agnes considers Frederica a form of undead still, so that's fine.
Okay.
So if you're undead, it's okay.
Undead is fine. What you're doing is so natural, because the undead don't care for these sort of natural return to life. That's disgusting.
And where does the talking doll stand in this?
The talking doll would love to have many upsetting conversations with you. So,
Oh,
another day. Everybody, recover all your power. Some time.
Oh,
has
thank
passed
God.
Here. You are all gathered here in the park. Henry. Oh, I said I was going to roll for this, and I totally forgot, but I'll do it right now. Henry is having some kind of conversation. Five on this. Let's see how we do. Wow, okay. You notice that Henry is actually having a conversation with Sherlock. I would like for anyone who wishes, although Zekas, you could do it as well, just kind of as a sort of thing. Anyone who wishes, you are at a distance, so this is a little harder. You might need a higher degree of success than normal, but you could do a detect vibe read person to see if you have a sense of how this conversation is going. But right now, Henry is chatting with Sherlock.
Detect vibe.
Detect vibe read person, yes, under will.
not the worst thing I have.
Oh my god. Yeah, no match.
Okay.
Shockingly, with only 2 dice.
Understandable. I'm very sorry.
Is there the ability, if I may speak to Dr. Holden Thane, sex doctor, for a moment, would there be a subtitle function on the eye?
Oh,
So
it's
that
not at all.
So that I could like look at them and effectively read their lips?
Here, do a look.
It depends what level of firmware you've upgraded to, and
He
if
has
you
an-
reset it.
He's
It feels very
firm in my eye when I wear it.
He ignores every update.
And that was more of a recent update, but
Go ahead.
That's a new AI features that came with the new OS.
Fillion,
Come
you
on.
may do a look instead of a detect vibe read person. That's fine.
Okay.
Zekas or Dominic, any luck for you guys?
Nope.
And also, if you don't care, you don't have to make the roll.
On old man needs to keep
Oh,
up with hardware updates.
Well, last time we tried to do something with it, he broke it.
That's yeah.
Well, that's not true. I was just trying to get to the diamond in the window.
That's three sci-fi. So four to the third power.
4 to the third. Okay.
3 4s.
3 4s.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. All right.
I just had a moment of aphasia. I lost all the words.
You know,
It's not
speaking
like
of which,
I couldn't reach him.
Hey, Filian, roll an endurance for me real quick. I swear if it happens right now.
Is it a forced update?
Tell me what numbers you have rolled. Unless you're going to adjust them.
No. 8, 6, and 5.
Okay.
Okay.
So Filian, with a 3rd degree success in science fiction, you your bionicle eye
Not a bionicle.
I think what we'll see. Yeah, you guys.
Actually, it might be bionicle.
Yeah, it's bionicle eye. That's why it's a Lego thing. Filian, you do in fact get a sort of like readout of like what they're saying. Kind of scrolling up in front of it. However, I'm going to just because it's funny to me, and you're good at it anyway. Give me an analyze roll.
Analyze? Sure. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll re-roll that.
Free re-roll for free roll, as I like to say.
Oh, I thought I did it again. 1, 2, 3, 7.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought I had rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 twice in a row, which would have been amazing.
no matches.
No match.
Then I will say that you are getting a few words, but for a while, Filian, you are concerned that, like, these are invisible attacks coming your way. Like, you're concerned that all this text is
my
some
God.
kind of, like, attack.
The mime has gone to my eye. It's happened. It's finally happened.
I'm gonna start trying to pry it out.
Is he all right over there?
It's like I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
Not today. You
Question.
goddamn mime.
Do Lego arms have enough articulation to
They do
touch
not.
their
I'm
hands?
just like this.
At worst, he's gonna scratch his paint. But the point is, you know, eventually, kind of Henry sort of notices and walks over and says, is Filian all right? I see our little minifigure friend is rolling around on the ground. See, Filian, you okay?
My eye. It's my eye. The mime is attacking me through it.
Oh, wait, what?
I was looking at you and all these sort of bits of incantation start to fly at me.
Huh.
Through the eye that Dr. Olden Thane, noted sex doctor, gave me.
So, and you think the mime is attacking you through your sexual eye? Well,
It's a,
Oh,
it's a
no.
sexual I do.
Actually, pretty sure that's just STD.
oh, well,
You remember to
actually,
wash your hands before touching your eyes? Oh, well, don't touch your eyes in the first place, but you're supposed to wash your hands.
Filian, is it
Face.
possible that a sort of technological eye like his might have some sort of heads up
this is-
live text? Filian, look at me for a moment.
That is...
Are the words I'm saying appearing to you on your eye right now?
Yes.
Well, then maybe that's what was going on.
This is more space magic. I haven't quite mastered it yet.
It's just
that
subtitles.
catches me off guard.
Subtitle. Oh, I like subtitle.
It's
Yeah,
just closed captioning.
closed captioning. Well, all right. Well, as long as you're okay, Filian.
For now, yeah, I
I
think
do
I've
have
got it
a
under control now.
I do have a mission for you, my friends. Now, this is a mission that some of you went on a few days back, perhaps a week ago. Actually, if we're saying every week of this is a day, then this literally would have been. It's been 1 week.
If you
looked
looked
at
at me.
She looked at me.
Yes, cocked her head to the side and said, and Sherlock goes, "Elementary." No, that's not the. Not
Oh my god, you ruin everything,
Yes.
dude.
Ha! Do I ruin it or do I make it better?
No, you ruin it.
That's what you think now, but eventually you'll see I've been right all along. Haven't I, Henry? Henry just... God. All right. So, Dominic, Asha, and Filian, the three of you
Yes.
have traveled to the universe forlorn, to the world of Palaron before. This is where you encountered Professor Arben Evans. If you recall, this is where you met the Mine in a
Oh, that
flesh
one.
machine such as you. At the time, Asha, I believe that you went in your own body. Filian, you went glamored as a shadow elf. Dominic, you went in your own body as well. Zekas, in this realm, we might change your... Actually, you can wear what you're wearing. You're probably fine. They'll just assume you're... Actually, the region you're going to, you'll be fine. This is, once again, you are going back to the Isle of Taranau. Not too far from Kerbrooke, but outside the city where Examidian University is located, going to a much more sort of rural area there. So there are many shadow elves, a few humans. Dominic and Zekas, you will not attract attention. Filian, if we put you in a flesh machine, as we did, we'll restore it to that sort of shadow elf look that you had. Asha, did you feel you attracted? Was it a problem that you sort of appeared to be an unusual, uncommon species to them, or did it seem to be an acceptable degree and we don't need to worry about altering your appearance? I'll leave it up to
People
you.
It's not a problem.
They were super into you.
They were
Asha gave them lots of information on how Fae work.
How Fae work? Asha, what do you know of the Fae?
Nothing.
Well,
Asha said she Fae, so they asked questions about Asha, and Asha answered.
You said you're Fae. That's a very clever thing for you to say. Yes,
Thank
fair
you.
enough.
Are
You're
you-
an interesting Fae. Asha, would you like me to provide you with some information you could say next time somebody asks? you?
Asha got it.
You know, I have to say that Asha just making things up might be better than Asha misunderstanding.
There
real
was
things.
weird moment where Lady talked to Asha in gibberish. So Asha told her that her language skills bad.
Asha, I'm sure that you speak many languages from your realm. You can speak your Ewok language, of course. School will be like Yabna, and you can speak this sort of, I believe they call it galactic standard or basic. Some realms call it common. Some realms just call it English, which I think is very self-centered of the English to assume that's just what common tongue is. But Asha,
Means tongue.
I could magically grant you, only because it's an ongoing, recurring thing. Would you like to speak the Sylvan language?
It only worked in this place?
No, it would work. There would be a permanent alteration. You'd be able to speak Sylvan, so anyone who speaks to you in Sylvan, who, if you tell them you're a Fae, you'll understand what they're saying if they speak to you in the Sylvan tongue.
Will Asha have to give up anything to retain space and brain for it?
Oh no, it won't take any space in your brain. Learning it is there are a few magical ways to quickly learn languages. It tastes terrible. You're going to have to eat a
Tastes-
flower.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right.
She's probably eaten worse on back on Ewok.
One moment, I'll be right back. And Henry sort of zoops out.
So is this one your leader?
Henry.
He like
Yeah.
our stepdad.
Yeah, so it depends. Leader, kidnapper, put upon overseer.
Asha go willingly. Because Asha home lost color and it got boring real fast.
Oh, a giant hand literally picked me up and pulled me here.
Oh, your home lost color. That's unfortunate. How'd that happen?
Yoink.
What do you mean here? Lost color. You couldn't see color.
No, Asha, no one see color because it go away. Everything, like
That's weird.
like
That sounds
ancient
impossible. How could
TV
that
shows.
happen?
Across everything, not just like a localized thing, but everywhere.
No, it everywhere.
That is some incredibly powerful magic.
I don't think that magic's real. Huh.
Right.
What? Dude, I've been here for so long.
That magic. That magic. Not. I don't believe that
What
magic.
have we
is
been
real.
doing here?
I don't believe that magic
Not
is real.
that magic. That magic. Henry returns. He's holding 2 flowers in his hand, and says, "All right. So, Asha, I actually have an option here. These are I couldn't find sort of the more straightforward variant of this flower that will grant you the ability to speak Sylvan, but so you'll have to make a sort of choice of how you wish to sort of your vibe to be. If you eat this flower, you will speak Sylvan with the equivalent of what, on certain realms they would call a Valley Girl accent.
How deep the valley?
This would be like
No valley deep enough.
this would probably be like 1,000 oaks so deep. Then this one will, if you sort of consume this flower, you will sort of talk in a very sort of pretentious sort of sounding voice. You'll when I do it, it's less odd because it's sort of more how we do it. But you'll be like someone with an American accent who says rather, you know, croissant, tomato, even though they're basically who use some of our pronunciations.
Like
so do you want to be pretentious or do you want to be from sort of a
Deep valley, please.
Deep Valley? There you go. Okay.
You always do like the natural places, don't you?
I just got back
Asha's
from
gonna-
Endor.
Asha's gonna open up a compartment in Scoo and pull out some hot sauce, put it on the flower, and eat it.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. Actually, no, yeah, she does it right then. Okay, Asha, make an endurance roll because it tastes so bad.
But you put the hot sauce on it.
Yeah, the hot sauce fixes it all.
You get a bonus for the hot sauce.
So is that another die or is
One
that...
extra die, yes.
Okay. Wait, where's the fucking endurance?
It's under vitality.
Is Sylvan
There it is.
like?
Oh Jesus! Thank God for hot sauce. I'm going to throw a couple die on here.
Zekas, make a luck roll.
Instead. Oh, is it? Okay.
Thing.
Yeah. So I'm adding 2 die to this plus the hot sauce.
Kevin and
God. Oh, 2 3s and 2 7s.
2 3s and 2 7s. Honestly, regardless of which one you choose, you will succeed at this, and it tastes terrible even with the hot sauce, but you manage to choke it down.
Okay.
And we'll say that your first degree of success, you choke it down, you begin to have like, whoa, like you do feel like a weird like thing in your mind. The second success is you don't burp or anything weird. So congratulations.
Oh, cool.
Zekas, what was your luck roll?
2 6s, 2 4s.
2 6s, 2 4s. Okay, so Asha, I'm gonna just write on here. You speak Basic, Ewokese, Sylvan. I'm sure Asha speaks some other. I'll just say
Binary.
plus a binary. You definitely speak binary, and 3 other SW languages. So whatever, you can figure this out.
Oh my
Zekas,
God.
you had what? Was your roll?
2 6s, 2 4s.
Zekas, you speak
Oh my God, it's gonna kill me.
Common, Elvish. You do not speak Sylvan, but you know a few words in it. But you only came back with those. Oh, wait. What's your... You speak Draconic as well, because you hunt dragons. Oh, and you speak Giant. You know, you actually got a lot.
What?
Because Giants, since you've been in a head with it, you got it.
Yep.
Dominic, I think we know the ones you speak. It's mainly just Trechilian and Elvish,
Yeah.
even though right now you're
From
not
the
Elvish,
old
but-
country.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
language I speak.
Filian, I don't know. We've talked about what you speak before. I can't go into it now. The point is, we're going to say none of you speak Sylvan. So Henry does turn and say, all right, so I do have another flower if anyone wants to speak Sylvan pretentiously. Otherwise, I'm sure someone else here would have it.
Oh, give it here.
Is that all right, Zekas and Dominic?
I'm just wondering.
By
Actually,
all
Filian,
means.
you can't eat
Oh,
this. You're a
Asha.
little,
Yeah, how Filian eat that?
It's bigger than
can't
he
eat it.
is.
Never mind, it's bigger than your head, and you can't consume food, so...
How bad was it?
Place is so prejudiced against me. It's unreal.
It is not prejudice, we simply do... if you'd like, I can
I
try
am
to...
so put upon here just by existing.
That's fair. Anyway, climb into your flesh machine. We're tired of looking at you like this. Yeah, so... Zekas. Or Dominic. Either of you.
it really bad. But if you put the hot sauce on, it's still really bad. Just now hot.
Be gone.
Well, since you're offering, I don't say no to free food. That's what my mama taught me.
So who shall have
All
it?
right.
Dominic.
I already have it in my hand, and I put Asha's hot sauce, and I put it into my mouth. Then I ask how long the
Like
hot
biscuit.
sauce has been in Skoo.
Sorry, it's driving me nuts. I was like, Cybisti. That would. I was trying to remember what the trade languages.
That's a good trade language, or Huttese. Dominic, go ahead and roll an endurance roll.
That one fresh bottle from before we got here.
If you
Okay,
since you've
great.
put hot sauce on, you will get that does give you a bonus. So add one
Okay.
add one extra die to your.
No matches.
No matches. You Zekas, you're about to have an interesting and terrible option. Don't take it. Dominic spits it out. Mouthful of just orc spit and chewed up flour and hot sauce.
Ugh.
Out of curiosity, KJ, Ewok hot sauce. Is it like a sriracha? Is it like a habanero style thing? Is it more of like
Is it
Like
just
a Central American
scorpion
Bennett-
venom?
Probably closer to sriracha.
There you have it. Dominic, are you all right?
No.
All right.
Give me something to wash this down with. I'll take anything.
The Justorian military intelligence agent who was running a nearby cart comes over to you and says, "Here's a soda, citizen."
that's only gonna make it worse.
You know the Simpsons gag in New York, right?
Ew,
No.
I'll take a crab
No.
juice.
Take that Mountain Dew away. Give me the crab juice.
Crocolash.
Crab flash.
Raftalash.
So Zekas, do you want to eat the chewed up flour on the ground?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's fine. That's fine.
I have enough to get by.
Yeah. So basically, Henry goes, "All right, yes. Sorry about that, Dominic. I suspect it was probably the flour and not the hot sauce that did you in, but well. Anyway, gang,
It was beauty that killed the beast.
are you prepared to head? Oh, your mission. In a village.
Oh, we're
near-
doing something today. Okay.
I suppose. Honestly, at this rate, you're probably just going to go take a look and come back and tell me what you've seen. I doubt you'll really have time to get into much. You're going to go to a little village called Perivel Mead. It is around 50 miles from Carebrook, which is where you were last when you were at Exmidian University. So it's in the similar region, but it's sort of a more remote area. It is a sort of a village. On one side of it is a great dark wood, sort of the woods of Torrret, noted for being very they rarely bloom. There is a sort of an eternal autumn on them in many times, and this sort of eerie mist-covered woods. To the other side of this village of Perivel Mead is rolling peat bogs and some farms. Some of the locals there have been saying that every night they are seeing the Nightmare Rider from their stories ride across the haunted skies. So various travelers have been coming there to sort of watch this phenomenon, and I wanted you all to go take a look at it and see if you thought there was anything to it.
Oh, just a camping trip then?
Well, camping trip or sort of trip to a little village. Yes, you sort of basically, if this, I strongly doubt it is the actual Nightmare Rider, but it could be. This could be sort of some, I will say this, if it is the Nightmare Rider, I encourage you not to engage. Zekas will also say that you've been filled in on the Nightmare Rider in the past, day or two. So yes, well, good luck, my friend.
Are we meant to capture him?
If it is the Nightmare Rider, I strongly advise you not to engage, as the power of that being maybe high. If it is some agent of his, potentially you could try to sort of stop them, interrogate them. Certainly don't bring them back here, however.
Oh, you don't want to talk to them?
Well, no, that's what I mean. That's why you're going on the mission. If there's someone who you think you can reasonably gain information from, speak to them. If there's some malfeasance at work, helping his goals, you could try to stop it if you're able, but don't do anything too risky. This is more sort of an observe. Perhaps we'll gain some clues about the Nightmare Rider and how he operates. What you brought me from the Versus Verse, I don't know how much we've told you about the Zekas, but we brought me from sort of the fighting game, those sort of so-called cutscenes. They've been more instructive than they seemed at first glance. The way the Nightmare Rider is sort of colluding with the undead and other sort of haunted things throughout the realms. So, good luck on your mission. And I'd err on the side of just observing and coming back rather than making too big of a fuss. But
All right.
I trust your judgment. Dominic, you have the dream journal.
This
All right,
the
just give me
means
a
of
backpack.
transportation.
It is. And it actually, Zekas, your proximity to it is why you came here, although I have to think that your what is it they call it, Mart? In your realm?
Matt.
Matt, yes. I think that actually sent you to us to assist, so it was probably not quite as haphazard as it may have seemed in the moment. One
It's
other
all
thing.
very surprising.
Sherlock is going to travel with you on this mission.
As in, with the walk-in.
Yes, he is. This is a bit dangerous for us to do, as his other form is currently in Raven's Dread on the same sort of cluster. But Sherlock, that version of you. Oh, it's the one you all met when you sort of found Friederica and brought her pieces back. It's the one who sort of helped there. He is there on a mission, and Sherlock is rather confident that he will not be going to Caleron in this time, and they should be okay being so close together. So Dominic, Sherlock will be with you to help investigate.
Okay.
He's going to look into some other things as well. If for any reason it seems that the other Sherlock could be here or their proximity is a problem, you are all to return at once. That so it sort of will take precedence to not trigger any kind of sort of, Master Mage crossover nonsense.
Well, just a quick question. Don't worry, we won't foster this at all. Would they try to kill each other if they met each other?
No, it would more be sort of reality would start sort of... well, I don't know. I'm sure there are circumstances where Sherlock goes, don't worry about it, old chap. The magic of this nature is... let me put it in terms you'd understand. The danger is more that everyone might shift about and switch legs and torsos.
No, that's not really
That
that big a
sounds
deal.
terrible.
No. Sounds like you just had a bad fall.
Yes. Well, we don't want to... what is the term in your realm? Oh, yes. End up ass up. So... come. The game is afoot.
When you end up...
Would there have been a Sherlock from...
There was, but you didn't met him. I do have a mini, though.
To you?
All right.
Definitely have a Sherlock Holmes mini. Come on.
I guess if it's a camping trip.
No,
going-
from Zekas's world.
Sherlock didn't go there. Zekas probably would not have encountered him. Is Sherlock... Sherlock is in the Condor universe. He is not on Hallvang.
Got it.
There we go. Dominic's going with camping equipment, including a backpack and tents and stuff like
Fair
that.
enough. And you're like, where the hell did he find... all right. Well, yes, good luck, team.
As we were walking, it's like,
You don't need any of that. I could just sort of summon a hut,
In what size?
and it's always fit everyone.
Everyone.
we're already
in
on our
your
way. I'm
home-
saying this as we're like entering into the dream. I'm not holding this.
All right.
Everyone in your home, or
Well, anyone I've ever been traveling with.
before we meet.
Oh, it's never. Well, before, yes, I'm sure it would work now. We
I'm
just
fine
haven't had
sleeping
call to do.
outside.
We've never camped out together. We always come home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, as you guys head out, Filian, you're in a flesh machine of a shadow elf.
Yeah, this is the Dan Stevens one. That's
Yeah,
the one we did
you
the
look like
blend in
Dan
here.
Stevens shadow elf. Zekas, you're just Zekas. Dominic, you're Dominic. Sherlock is himself. Clothing basically the same. It fits there. Asha is Asha. So really, the only person who's changed is Fillion. Yeah, you guys dreamwalk there, arrive in a dream, and soon find yourselves in this quaint village of Paravel Mead.
Quite a fascinating means of travel you guys have here.
And
It's actually quite elementary. We're simply traveling through a collective subconscious of all existence, of all things that are and are not.
did you
Could
actually
be,
just pull a
couldn't
well
be.
actually on them?
Well, actually, to do so merely implies that you're... never mind.
Sometimes we get to see people's naked stress dreams, and it's funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well-
not a lot of those lately. It's become pretty boring, actually.
Based on my estimates, it is approximately 1 hour before nightfall. I shall see you all around nightfall. Don't bother trying to find me. I'll easily find you. But there are some things I wish to check in this region. In the meantime, until then, he turns to Asha. Madam, gentlemen, and he strides off.
He's probably going to get his gentlemanly needs taken
Yeah,
care of.
100%.
I heard that, but I
100%.
am not. That is not... Oh, dear.
oh, is that why you go to the naked streams?
No, they just funny usually.
Oh,
We don't really get to choose what dreams we go through.
No,
That's what
it's
happens.
random.
Sometimes we get lucky.
Dominic finds a spot by a river, sets down the tarp, and strikes down the stakes and all this stuff.
All right, you do that.
So-
There is a human woman actually sort of standing near this river. She just turns and sees this orc and goes,
What, you have a problem?
"Well, no, but why are you camping out here?"
Where
We're
you
going to
camp?
watch this. We're going to watch the stars in the
Well,
sky.
you are in a village, by the way. It's like it's like a little, there's a
Yeah.
little
middle of
village.
the town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we heard that.
Right. She says, well, why don't if you need a place to stay, friend, why don't you go find a place in the inn?
Because we all know you can't see the sky from the middle of the city.
I see. Well, right. But, so just so you know that you're here to see the Nightmare Rider, are you?
Yeah.
Wow, she good.
Well,
Wow.
That's why anyone.
Wow, Sherlock. We got another Sherlock here. Oh man,
Another Sherlock. What does that mean?
Oh,
don't worry
look.
about it.
there's just a sign that says Nightmare Rider Con behind her.
Yeah. She'll say, "Who are you, my orcish friend?"
Name's Dominic. Just Dominic.
Hello, Dominic. My name's
Hello.
Igraine.
Hello, Green. Is it illegal to camp here?
It's not illegal, but it's it seems kind of stupid. But do what you want.
What is the path of the Nightmare Rider?
Usually sort of arcs can occasionally start in sort of the sky in this region, even coming out from over the bogs, but you'll mainly only see him there over the woods.
And in a complete opposite direction of the where the river is now.
It was like Dominic has just like parked himself at this little body of water, and there's just a big building directly blocking his view.
God damn it! All right, he starts
Perhaps.
packing stuff up again. All right.
She kind of, you notice she keeps like looking at Fillion. She's kind of more inclined to speak to, not that she wouldn't, but she's kind of talking to Zekas and Dominic and saying, so why are you so interested in this sort of phenomenon?
Who's she talking to? Me or Zekas?
She's kind of asking Dominic and Zekas. She hasn't noticed Asha yet. And Fillion, she's kind of, she's seen him, but she's not talking to the shadow, basically.
We've come up from afar to see the Northern Lights, and apparently that's what you call the Nightmare Rider.
We very much don't, but okay. All right, well, yeah, I mean, there's sort of I don't want to speak, sort of, she kind of glances at Fillion. I don't want to sort of cause any offense or anything, but I'm worried you've come a long way for no reason.
Oh.
Is he not coming?
Oh, no, you'll see someone riding in the sky, but I'm sure it's not some, I don't mean any offense.
Ah.
She sort of says to Philly.
Sorry. What do you think you've offended me by?
Well,
I have quite a capable eyes, if that's the thing that you're after.
No, I know that shadow elves such as yourself are very, sort of dedicated to sort of their myths and legends and things. That's all. Not trying to tell you. It's see whatever you want in the sky, I suppose. What? Oh, hello. She sees Asha.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my. What? Hello there. I'm not.
Asha Faye.
Oh, you're a fae. Oh, hello. I'm. My name's Igraine.
Asha.
Hello, Asha. Well, this is an interesting group. An orc, an elf, and a shadow elf, and a fae bear.
Walk into a bar? Is that the next line you're gonna say?
Do you want to walk into a
Oh,
bar?
where bar?
It's right over there. Oh, fuck, bartender. Yep, okay.
Well, that's Asha's plan.
Asha also like drinking.
Really? I never see you drink. I see you hold beverages a lot of the time, but never actually take a sip of them.
What?
Asha,
Every
do
time
me
you try to
favor,
take a
Asha-
drink, Dominic rips the page.
Asha,
Oh yeah.
Asha, roll me a
Roll for the race to the bartender.
well, it's actually just a luck. You're really rolling for the hairiness of the bartender.
Sure.
Roll the degree of fur.
It's fine. Asha go with Uggo sometime. It's fine.
Gross, smooth monsters.
You said luck roll, right?
Luck roll, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 6.
2, 3, 4, 6. Sadly, you do not have a hirsute creature. Roll a d100 if you can, though.
I cannot at this moment.
That's fine. I got you.
Now, if it's a bald like Sasquatch or something like that, that would be weird.
That's mean. Poor guy.
No, it will be.
He should be at home on bed rest.
But she will sort of be telling you like, yeah, you can if you want to, you can go into the bar site over there if that's what you want. My favorite friend, Asha.
What time does the show usually?
It usually starts not long after night falls.
Okay.
All
Perhaps
right.
we have time for a quick libation and then
All right. Backpack's all packed up with the tent again, and might as well.
I'll go watch all of you consume yet again. Let's go.
What, do you not have food in your home?
I do. But everywhere we go, you all get to eat. And I get to watch.
how do you eat?
The same way you do.
But you don't.
Oh, that clearly not true.
I put it in my mouth and swallow. Same way you do.
Is there a chewing step that you're missing?
No.
I thought your mouth just appeared to be painted on.
Look, if I had proper food, I could show you.
All right, you guys go on into the bar, where you notice that there are a fair number of individuals in here, kind of, drinking at their little things, little tables around. They're sort of hard-working folk. Asha, to your disappointment, the gentleman behind the bar is just one of these black and white shadow, or these grayscale shadow elves.
You have hair?
Oh yeah. He has kind of gray kind of hair. Lighter in tone than his skin.
Could be worse.
So they don't have any color.
They're very desaturated, yeah. Zekas, you are aware of Shadow Elf, but this is probably the first time you've ever actually seen one. You're sort of you were born with the institutional knowledge of what various species are, but you've never seen one before. But yeah, as you walk in, he's kind of sort of pouring some stuff, and he sort
Just
of
walk
looks
up to the bar.
and says, Hello, newcomers. Are you here to
Hi.
sort of see what's going on? Are you here for the show and the night? I've never seen you before. Sort of says Philly and kind of nods to him.
We travel a long ways.
Cool. So yeah, well, come have a libation. You've got a bit.
Yes,
of time.
we here for show and libations.
Hello.
Hello.
What you have then? I can give you whiskey, or I can give you ale. We have a bottle of wine, but I don't recommend it.
You know what? I was gonna ask, but nah, never mind.
I mean, you
Also,
can have the
just-
wine if you want. It's not great.
You have like a mossy ale.
Sure.
You can't.
Trying to blend in, Asha.
The suit can't actually drink. It has a little
Yeah.
well in
Yeah.
the reservoir. He'll give Filian a mossy ale.
Mossy, right? In my workshop, I remember it was mossy.
Whatever it is, it probably isn't actually that mossy, but he just hands
No,
it
no,
to
I
you.
know.
Anyone else? Anything else you'd like?
You know what? I'm feeling for an IPA. I'm just imagining what an IPA would stand for if it's not Indian Pale Ale. What would be an I that goes?
Well, I mean, they would have been around because it was the Indian Pale Ale was brewed for
But
the.
I
travel-
don't know what India is as Dominic.
Ah.
But he'll give you an ale, no problem.
I should have whatever
Inland.
on tap here.
So, ale then. Yeah. You notice that despite Filian asking for a mossy and Dominic asking for a pale, you're all being given from the same
The
tap.
same beer.
Yep.
Oh, very
do the
mossy.
whiskey.
Thank you, good sir.
He sort of nods at, kind of hands it to you. Yeah, Zekas, he'll grab a bottle and just pour you a glug and hand that over. So where you all come from then?
Asha Faye.
Oh. That's interesting. Oh.
We come from overseas.
Oh. Father.
Very long journey.
I'd imagine. Well, how do you like your ale, Faye?
It good.
Oh, that's good. I figured Faye only like to drink, thimbles full of morning dew, dandelion wine, and things like that.
That racist.
Oh. Yeah, probably is. So,
Where's an ideal viewing spot?
there's a few good ones. You can go out and, if you go out, I'd leave the village a little bit, maybe go 10 minutes walk further up the trail, that direction. You can probably find, what you want to do is, you want to be looking at the woods, you understand? You want to be you don't want to be
At the
fully in
woods.
the woods, because then it's hard to see from within it. You might only get a glimpse. If you're outside the woods but looking at it, you'll see the approach come right over your head, or sort of right past you. He's not always in exactly the same space, but he's usually on at least that side of the village or a little further up. You can see him in the village, no problem.
Is there some sort of rider calendar to tell approximately where it will be and what time they'll be?
No, it's been at different times.
Does he always look-
I didn't know the Orcs knew of the Nightmare Rider. I know many stories, of course, from childhood, but I didn't know it was one sort of popular in other species. I didn't know the Fae knew of the Nightmare Rider. I thought he'd have been only. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean. I'm sorry to keep being racist. Are you a Fae from the fairy lands, or are you from the Shadow World?
Uh-huh.
You look more like you're from the fairy lands, but maybe that's racist to me. to
Yeah,
say.
that's the one. You nailed it. Got it.
Oh, you're from the fairy lands, so I'm surprised you care about the Nightmare Rider.
It's sort of mostly
Why?
my thing.
That makes more sense then. Well, because the Nightmare Rider is more of the sort of shadow and
Asha can like lots of things.
that's fair. Yeah, you got me there.
You don't know Asha.
I don't at all. I wouldn't mind getting to know her though.
I just like lean into Dominic. I was like,
This is a much more tense interaction that normally happens here. Like by now she's already given him a slip of paper with nonsense on it.
With nonsense on it. That's accurate.
Is this what they call negative Riz?
Zir. Zir. Well, yeah, so I'd go out and look. I sort of, I still watch some nights, but I'm often sitting here working. They won't let us close the bar even for a moment.
Does he come every night?
Yeah, every night. You can
Does he
also
look
see
this-
him later in the night at times, but that's much more spotty. Sometimes you see him emerging from the woods or circling them around in the dead of night. Also, you've got to have a fair moon to see that. He might be, you know, want to be able
Does
to
he
see
always look the same?
He's looked the same every time I've seen him. I think it is the Nightmare Rider for what it's worth. He sort of says that to Felicia. I think it's him.
So does he just fly and ride around, or does he go and do stuff like, I don't know, taking people or whatever?
Oh, well, hasn't taken anyone. But wherever he's going, we don't know where he lands. We've looked through the woods, but there's more of a haunt to them than usual. And these woods are always haunted. It is Tara now, after all.
Interesting.
So he comes from the bog and goes to the woods.
Come from over the peat, the marshes, the moors.
All right.
Should we go find a spot?
Yeah. Cheers
So
to a safe journey to wherever this place is.
Safe journey to you all. Says,
Yeah.
he'll say something in the sort of shadow elf language to you, Filian, in the Umbral language.
You having stroke?
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're from across the sea. You may not speak the old.
oh, sorry. I'm just gonna very quickly cast tongues on myself.
sorry, I just didn't hear you. What was that?
This is
Actually interesting. He will say to you in that language, you know, like the shadow loves you, little child, which is kind of like that's what he says. The shadow loves you, little child. Blendenbach. I know that's how it ends.
Why do they sound German?
Oh, I've not heard that in many years.
Interestingly, you do just continue speaking your normal language out to it, though.
Like a normal immigrant, we forget our mother tongue
Yeah.
very quickly.
Merkes
Well,
got
thank you for
Gardi
the time.
Blendenbach. That's what he says.
And I'll just sort of nod and say,
Thank you.
and then I will just like tilt my head back, open my mouth, and just pour the rest of it directly down my throat, and set the glass down.
Can't take him anywhere. Oh God.
All right.
See? Exactly the same as you all.
And I'll turn to walk out.
Quite
You
impressive.
also do hear as he walks, you hear like liquid sloshing in like a little like a little thing, it's in a little tank inside.
Fascinating.
Oh, that's
All
funny.
right. Well, that was a good drink, sir. And we walk. Dominic remembers that he hasn't paid yet. I just don't know
Somebody
if
does
it-
pay.
he hasn't
Right?
remembered.
Asha will pay.
There's no trouble. He kind of gives you a
Dang
nod,
it.
Asha.
Asha will finish her beer and like look him up and down. If you mess up the hair, we talk later. Just no, mess it. No, you don't get it. And Asha will storm out.
As Asha walks away, and the twerkable junk is moving, he'll go, "Oh, I think I'm missing out."
Once we're all outside, I just want to look at the group before we head off and just go,
Okay, so before we do this, I just want to propose one thing to the group. Do we think there's any benefit to just tearing the page out now, telling Henry we didn't see anything, and leaving Sherlock behind? I'm just putting it out there. There's no reason.
And
He probably
then
finds
Dominic
you back
posits,
anyways.
Dominic, Sherlock knows you. He would have already known. We've gone to this bar. He's already right there. I point in that direction. Is he there?
Make a luck roll.
My luck's 5 today. 2 8s, 2 5s. So let's use meta narrative. That's literally what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's good.
Sherlock is standing right there.
Knew it.
Oh, see, you can do it too. It's not so special.
And Sherlock kind of having overheard this, goes, "Why, Dominic, I heard that you and I share a profession. You are a gumshoe and I'm a detective. Well done, sir.
Does he have the look where he was intending this all along, or he's obviously bullshitting?
Give me a detect by breed person.
Intended it all along.
2 8s.
He did know that you would have gone into the bar. Elementary, you'll go into the bar, of course. Asha can't help but try to check out the local bartending talent. Based on what I presumed would be here, the lack of a large, furry creature that she'd enjoy speaking to, it was child's play, elementary, to deduce that it would take you approximately 42 minutes for you to get your drinks, speak to him, and emerge at this exact moment in this exact time. But Dominic figured that out himself. So, bully for Dominic. He is not,
I'm not a bully. What are you talking about?
No, bully for you means a good show, old chap.
In what language? That's certainly not.
What?
Matter of debate. Well, what have you learned, my friends?
Well, we learned the
Philly large to-go box.
The Philly enlarged to-go box. Asha, sometimes you say things that even I cannot deduce the meaning of. Wait, let me try. You're saying that Philian, as a flesh machine, as you put it, must contain some reservoir in which he contains a liquid, and therefore it's sloshing around inside of him like a to-go
Yes,
box.
how we get it out. Asha want more.
Philian.
Will that open another panel on my chest? like touching here opens the panel?
Yes. You actually can open a stomach panel if you want to.
I'm imagining a straw right from the navel.
Yeah, you could just stick a straw into his reservoir.
Asha bring own straw.
Drink up.
Or a tap. He just sticks a tap there or something like that.
Or just like those those like hiker bags with like the
Oh,
camel
with
pack. So it's like a bendy straw just
I'm just your camelback.
Yeah,
that's
Oh,
I
God.
about this is upsetting.
This is
It's got a real
upsetting.
twisty straw, like one of those giant novelty ones that go like all the way up and around.
Yeah. So at this point, well, God knows what's happening with Asha and Philian's reservoir sack. You guys are noticing that
It's a sack now. That's so much
a
worse.
good number of people are sort of stepping out and kind of like taking stepping out of buildings, heading here to walking up the road. You do notice that kind of like what that bartender was saying, a good number of people are kind of going a little further past the village.
Right.
That seems
Is
to
it-
be
Is it about as crowded as fireworks at Disneyland? Or
nowhere near
less?
that crowded.
Okay.
This is like a super small little. I mean, it's for like 6 or 7 buildings total are this village, and there's maybe 20 people spread out over 100 yards or something. It's for this village. It's a big turnout.
Okay.
Shall we go secure our spot?
All right. Stick a tarp
And then-
onto the ground.
And then he like goes over the forest. So is it like possible to like go up a tree, get a better
Yeah, Asha
view?
wanted to. What kind of trees are they?
You two could easily climb these trees.
Rad.
No problem. Dominic, you could attempt to climb a tree. I feel like those two are going to be the. I picture them scurrying up into a wood tree with the greatest of ease. Philian, it would be a challenge
cool.
to
High
operate
five.
yourself up there. Dominic, you could probably do it, but I feel like you're
I have dad on a camping trip energy right now.
understood. So yeah, you're not climbing a tree. You're much more likely to tie a rope around the tree to put up your tarp. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Busy making the bareback.
So if Asha and Zekas do want to go and climb some trees, they absolutely should do so. Would you both? There is a climb stat in this game, which I know Asha has a big bonus to, and yeah, Zekas, you're not bad at. You could spend a little power if you wanted to,
Yeah, we
pump
will.
yourself up.
I'm gonna spend 1 for this.
Spend 2 to get 1 extra.
Yeah, yes, that's what I meant.
And sadly, this you won't get any benefit for your hunting dragons on this one, or your desert terrain. This is not your sort of favorite.
2
stuff.
7s.
2 7s for comedy. Asha,
I feel like I get 7s a lot.
you roll 7s a lot. It's kind of fitting for you.
4
Zekas.
1s.
4 1s?
What?
How many did you roll?
5.
What was your other die?
A 2. 1 off.
All right. So what's also great about this is that the stuff. So basically, Asha, you successfully climb a tree. Okay, here's how we'll do this. Asha, you're an Ewok. This is what you're for. So you kind of go over to a tree and you kind of look around and you start climbing it, but like the tree is shaking. It's a real kind of like almost cartoon energy, and your butt is wiggling as you sort of go up. And as he passes to go, kind of like he's gonna sneak out and go watch after all, but as he passes, the bartender just looks up and sees your butt and just goes, "Oh, I'm really missing out," and just kind of moves on. Meanwhile, so Asha, you get up there and you're like, okay, I did a good job. Then you glance over to a much taller tree next to you that Zekas is like perched on like 1 foot. It's like he basically just like ran up the tree and he is now like
Naruto
perched,
style.
like on 1 foot, just kind of like
How you do that?
balanced on a branch. Yeah.
It's just,
You don't even have claws.
no, you just kind of scurry your way up here. It's almost second nature.
What?
You just go from that branch to this one to that one.
But this is Asha's
Jump
first
there.
nature.
So basically, Zekas, though, what I'm going to say with the 4th thing, so not only did you get up there in a faint space, because honestly, you both got up there great, but Asha's was a little more comedic. Yours was just heroic, like superhero, like Batman to the, Batman on a thing. However, Zekas, you are very high. So you will have, I mean, Asha, you'll have a great view. Zekas, you'll theoretically be able to reach out and touch something.
Okay.
All right.
Dominic and Filian, what are you two doing?
I'm set up down on the tarp under the tree. Do we have a telescope or spyglass, or binoculars to see easier?
You did say you were bringing camping gear. Give me a luck roll. You got 5 today.
All right.
Plausible, you'll have a thing.
So far, no matches. I dropped one of my dice. 5, 4, 6, 8. No matches.
No matches. Yeah, I will say that you sadly do not have binoculars. You can't go camping without forgetting something. It's like the
Come on, Henry.
Yeah. Henry didn't give you that bag. You just suddenly had it.
I'm blaming him anyway.
That's fair. Where did you get that bag? All right, so Dominic, you're kind of just, oh well, whatever. Filian's there. Sherlock is standing with the 2 of you. This will be most intriguing, I'm sure.
Sherlock,
Yes, Filian.
do you have any hobbies? Or do you just know everything all the time, so life's just very boring and meaningless to you?
No. People are boring and meaningless to me. Life is full of adventure. I can always work up something for myself to do. As far as hobbies go, I love the violin, I love playing chess, and I love doing opium.
He also loves his gentlemanly needs.
Wait,
How can she hear me from up there? Oh, of course, it's her ears. Elementary.
wait. What was that last one?
Gentlemanly
I don't
needs.
have. No, I do not indulge my gentlemanly needs in any sort of unsavory way.
No. I mean, of course you do. But no, that's neither here nor there.
Chess.
No. The fun one.
Oh, opium. Yes, it's delightful.
Do you have any?
Oh, of course, my good man. Wait, it won't work on you, however, unfortunately. I simply don't want to waste it.
Not even if we fill the head? It's worth a shot, right?
Based on our physiology, no, it is not worth my precious opium.
Turn
Motherfucker.
the flesh machine into a fucking bog? Is that what you're trying to do?
I'm trying to
though,
hotbox myself
Filian-
right now.
Filian, if you keep like asking about it or suggesting it, Sherlock will like get like serious and say, "No, I'm not wasting any of my opium on you. Do you understand? Don't suggest it again."
Jesus Christ, man, what a buzzkill. Fine. I'll
Night has
just wait
fallen.
here and look for the mythical being in the sky.
Yes, why don't you?
Oh, I did have a question
Please.
about that. How automated is my eye? Do I have to try to figure out how to like turn on night vision or something?
The thing about your eye is that when you're in this thing, what you need to do is open the face up and use the eye, because the eyes of this suit don't have your bionicle eyes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Once
Your-
it gets dark enough, I will do that.
Understood. Open face shadow elf. All right, cool. Yeah, you can certainly attempt that.
Yeah. People are going to come by. I'm just going to have an open face. Asha's going to have a straw in my stomach drinking from it.
Asha's up in the tree, so
Asha's up in the tree.
you still just have a straw in your stomach,
Yeah.
just hanging out, doing
Long
that.
one.
So, darkness falls. It's cold and eerie. Asha and Zekas, you're up high. You see there's various, you can see, ravens on trees, and you also see some owls coming out to hunt. After about 5 minutes, however, there's a bit of a stir among the people, and they turn back. Filian and Dominic, you sort of probably hear this stir earlier and you can turn, but Asha and Zekas, given your high vantages and you're sort of generally facing that way, you do see that a form is beginning to ride through the sky, coming from over the moors. And you hear thundering hooves, even though they're not impacting the ground. It's as if the whooshing of these hooves as they hit the sky kind of make a sort of clip-clop style.
We're not trying, we're not hiding or anything, right? We're not.
None of you are hiding now.
Okay, so
Certainly
Nasha-
not you and Zekas.
Yeah. So Nasha will kind of shout down he here, he here.
Yep.
Looking out.
Yeah, I just try to scan the sky for him.
Perfect. Then, and yes, you may make a look roll in that case. As you open
Just
your
Philly, or
face.
can I as well? Since I'm there.
Yeah, you do one too.
I'll throw one extra die on that one. Why not?
2 7s.
Dominic with 2 7s, you certainly catch sight of it. Zekas, no roll is required for you with your vantage point. You see him sort of coming. Zekas, give me a luck roll.
Luck or look?
Luck.
Okay.
And also,
Because
do you want to be directly in his flight path, or do you want to be far from his flight path?
Kind of probably off to the side a bit.
Understood. Let's see how your luck goes. If you fail your luck, he's right on top of you.
2 4s.
2 4s. I will say that he is probably a good, he'll be passing within about 20 feet of the treetop you're on. Filian, how'd you do?
well, I still have to change one.
Okay.
I think I have 2 pairs, but I think given my knowledge, given my player knowledge, and I think a little bit, I will switch one to I have 3 2s.
3 2s is a great thing to have for this, the horror result. So Filian, as you look over and you sort of see this with 3 2s, you can see him, your bionicle eye, even at this great range, because at scale he's kilometers away, but that's enough for your bionicle eye to zoom in. Because you're 1/42nd of a person. Isn't that the deal? So it's a guy coming out. Anyway, but what you see at this range is there is a figure on a black horse in the sky. The figure is robed sort of in that Grim Reaper-like way. One thing that is interesting, however, Filian, this very much resembles the Nightmare Rider that was depicted in glorious 16-bit color in those cutscenes from Dreadfighter that you guys witnessed a couple of weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago.
You mean it's a 16-bit thing in front of us?
No,
or...
no. The design is this is a live action very scary kind of vibe, but it's kind of a little Nazgul, a little Grim Reaper-esque, kind of can't see anything under the cloak. Filian, you are getting a lot of readout heads-up information. You now understand that it's info, but it does kind of go kind of fast to you, and you also, they keep telling you M doesn't stand for magic, which is absurd. And you still, and Asha told you the eyes were percents, which is like, they're just eyes. You know, it's a 50-eye chance. But as you're sort of glancing all this over, I would like you to do an analyze roll on the data that you are collecting. And you may add 2 dice for your knowledge of necromancy.
Okay, that's good and helpful, because those 4 were not great. Okay, so I just want to tell you what I had rolled was 3, 4, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
The
and
2 I just added.
8?
No, I rolled a 5 and an 8, so I did manage to hit the straight.
Reroll it. You got it straight. I thought you rolled 6 dice and had.
No, I did not. I did not pierce this up.
Yet.
Pair of 8s. Pair of meta narrative.
Pair of meta narrative is very good. I will say in your analysis that this is, as much as Filian tries to actively not understand certain things that people are saying, you do sort of get the idea of these, of these master mages and these entities that can be in 2 places at once. Based on your analysis, 1, because it's meta narrative, kind of give you an extra thing where you're like, I think this may not be the Nightmare Rider, but this is like an aspect of the Nightmare Rider. This is some element of the Nightmare Rider. Your understanding of necromancy helps you with the life signs, which would tell you that there is minimal life activity in the horse that is being ridden across the sky. It seems to be very low. Potentially the horse itself is some kind of undead, but it is registering as some movement within some of the stuff. The figure on top, there are no life signs at all.
Oh, interesting.
The figure on top, you see nothing.
Would an undead have life signs, or
undead? For your knowledge, I think Filian probably could deduce, like on these kinds of scanners, a skeleton or zombie coming at you with their movement might put up a little bit of life signs or a little bit of stuff the way like a droid would. But if an undead were just standing still for a long time, they might not. But this is certainly the horse is giving you like this thing is undead or fey or some weird other kind of less. It is not a living horse, which makes sense since it's flying through the sky. The thing on top, you're getting nothing.
Well, Philip, I'm going to do something. It's probably a bad idea.
Okay.
I doubt it'll work.
But it does seem like I would want to talk to him about that. So I'm going to cast Earthbind on the horse.
Go ahead and spend your power. And make your magic roll. That is a 4th level spell?
It's a 2nd level spell.
It is a 2nd level spell. I'm remembering Earthbind.
Yeah. It has to make a strength saving throw, so maybe it's a contested magic throw in this system.
In this system, there's a go ahead and do your magic roll for me.
Spend 3 power to reroll that.
Okay.
And you know what? We'll spend 2 additional power to add 1 to it. Why not?
Why not?
Dominic's sitting here on a lawn chair on the tarp.
Trying to make some s'mores.
Yeah, with a beer. I don't have a campfire. With a beer in hand. Then he sees Filian in the flesh suit casting a spell. What the?
Yeah, in the open flesh suit from the head, being like, and Sherlock kind of looks over. Oh my.
And I'm just sitting right there with the beer. Like, what the hell?
Okay. I think I will use, because I've once again rolled up two different pairs. I think I will use
You
noir.
have one
feels.
power left, Pierce?
Correct.
My God. Pierce really
Where
gets
did it
through
all
in
go?
these games.
Guys,
Alright, go
every
ahead.
time I cast a spell, I have to use one power per level of the spell.
Yeah. So you only had to
Tongue is
use
a third
two
level
powers.
spell. So to get that little bit of shadow thing, I use 3 power.
Tongues. Oh my God. All right, Filian. So what do you got?
We'll go with a pair of 5s. I think that's the best. The
Pair
better.
of 5s.
better option.
Noir shadows for sure. Okay, I like
Yeah.
it. So, Filian extends, and he prepares to cast Earthbind, which is a
Concentration
which
spell.
is this thing where these yellow strips of magical energy loop around a creature.
Okay, right.
I'm gonna say that he does this, and there's like a dramatic moment where like Dominic and Sherlock are watching. I think Asha and Zekas probably don't see this; they're too focused on the thing. Filian, because you have a degree of success, and it isn't a vaguely related thing, I will simply say that you guys watch as like yellow Lego bricks sort of like twirl up from the ground and just kind of like clatter against the horse's hoof. So he got up there.
I feel like if I had rolled a high success, it would have been like the horse stepped on the Lego and came down because.
Yeah, there would have been some more robust Lego interaction. Correct. But because you have a success, it wasn't just like 2 feet off the ground. Like,
Sure. Okay.
It wasn't at his scale. We're just like, da-da. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Sherlock will say.
I'm looking at the supposed rider.
Mhm.
Didn't notice at all the Legos.
Why don't you do, which would be better for you, friend? Give me a detect vibe read person. More interested in your role of that.
You know what? I haven't used power today.
Yeah,
I'll do
throw a couple on. Spend 4.
Was it
Throw
what?
2 on. Why not?
2.
Live.
Yeah,
It's after
sure.
9. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Live a little. Come on. 3 4s.
3 4s.
Oh, sci-fi.
Though it's sci-fi, we'll go with more the exotic world, the stuff. So as you look up, the horse, like the horse hoof, like buckled against it, the figure on top did not move a muscle. It is rocking in the thing, but it made no reaction to that burst. It is
Did
now sort of...
Filian,
Yeah, go ahead.
Filian, did you share what you saw with the eye? Or was that internal?
No, I probably would have told all you guys that.
Huh.
All of us.
In
You two are true.
I will have.
Yeah.
here's what I will say to Dominic, because I should translate it.
You have
into
comms,
Filian
that's
for you.
right, I take it back.
Not
Zekas
that
has
I
been
know.
introduced to
Zekas
comms.
knows how to use them, but
Yeah.
I feel like Zekas
So-
could figure it out pretty quick. It's like a sending stone. Got it. Oh, it's an unlimited sending stone. This is amazing.
What I will have explained is
The horse appears to be undead. Some sort of, I don't know if it's sort of a zombie situation or vampiric in nature from this distance. I am not detecting any sort of readings from the rider itself, which may mean that it is illusory or cloaked.
Which
But I
means
don't think even the Nightmare Rider could cloak itself from the space magic of Holden Thane.
Noted
sex space magic.
No, noted sex doctor.
all right. I'm sitting literally right next to you, also holding the comms, and I'll go, yeah, all right. Which means if I pull out my gun from my hunting gear, if I shoot it, nothing should happen then, huh?
Or
Well,
are we
I
attacking?
mean, only one way to find out.
This comms is to everybody, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Are we
over the top.
attacking
this is the group
this
chat.
horse?
Are
No,
Asha and
no,
Zekas,
this
are
thing
you
will
guys
definitely
doing
happen if you shoot the horse.
I'm asking them. Do we want to try to take out the horse? Is that what we're doing?
You know what? Dominic is going to take the book with his other hand and give it to Filian in the flesh suit
Oh my
and
god.
go. I pull out my gun and aim it at the figure with no signs of life.
You're gonna aim at the figure. Okay. Okay, Dominic. Are you taking a shot?
Yeah, let's
At
do
this
it.
point, it's probably kind of passing right over your head, and so you're gonna like try to hit it in the back.
We're doing clay pigeons here.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
close
Asha
the
and
book.
Zekas, you guys are up in the sky. It's passing over. Do you two want to do anything? You know he's doing this. Are you guys going to?
Oh,
change
did he say? Did you tell us you're shooting it? We're
He did.
taking it out.
yes.
Or are you just shooting
I didn't
it?
say I'm taking it out. I'm just gonna shoot
Oh,
at the
no.
guy.
Oh no.
Shoot at the figure. Oh no.
I thought she was just frozen in disgust.
It's
Alright,
like this
Dominic.
is you're doing the stupidest move ever, Dominic.
Well, I mean,
I'm out of here.
If you say we're attacking it, then
I didn't say we're attacking. I said I'm attacking. it.
Yeah, I believe you asked, do we shoot it? Do you think anything will happen if I shoot it? I said, only one way to find out. Then he's pulling a weapon out.
All right. So let's
Well,
see.
I will prepare to shoot if I hear
You'll
Zekas
pull out
shoot.
your arrows.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm
Go ahead,
aiming.
Dominic, and take your shot.
All right,
This will
I'll
be a
add a
fight roll
dice.
for you.
I'll write a
add another
dice to it. So that is -3. So I'm at 8.
You're gonna get 8. So you're gonna have
6 so
6 on this,
far.
and I'm actually gonna give you half of your bonus from bootlegging because you've had to take shots like this before in
So
the
fun.
criminal enterprise.
So
you will have
7
a total of
dice now?
7 dice, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I wish I had more d8s.
I know. You need a max of 10 in this game. I'll say that.
All right.
I know. I keep meaning to order. Basically, since we started,
Lost Thor Academia last year.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get another set. It had been a while. And here we
Shoot some
are.
D8s. You deserve some more D8s.
4, 3, 2, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5. So 2 6s, 2 5s, but I'll just re-roll it because I think for 7s I can get better than a pair of 2s somewhere.
You also just spend to.
You could
Oh,
also spend you could
5.
spend 3 to re-roll, or you could spend 5 to change one so you have it just guaranteed.
I'll
for
first
you.
spend 3 to re-roll
Okay,
down to
sure.
5 tower. Then I still have 5 to spend
Sure.
exactly
Just go
one
all
thing.
out. I like it.
Yeah.
So when this thing turns and tries to murder us all, we'll be in great shape.
1, 2, 8, 8 so far. So
2 8 8 got 2 8s. That's pretty good.
4 8s, and I'll use my last power to make it 5 8s. I'm aiming exactly at the figure above the horse.
You have a 5th degree success in the meta narrative.
Yes.
All right, Zekas, as while you're knocking a bow, Dominic comes in with an epic eagle eye shot. The shot rings out. Everyone gasps as the figure on top of the horse is knocked from the horse and falls. Zekas. The figure is sort of falling. We'll actually say, just based on the angle of the shot, it sort of falls off, and at the thing in the horse, you kind of hear this like whinnying sound as it carries on. This figure is falling towards you, Zekas, and as it falls, it seems utterly rigid and just kind of like, it's like fall, like a dead fall. Do you actually have the means of trying to catch this, provided you sort of shifted your current shape.
Yep. We will try to catch this guy.
All right, so with that, and I'm gonna say that you'll be big enough that you don't have to.
Exciting night for this small town.
So all right, go ahead and do a. I feel like I should let you do throw because catching is the opposite of throwing. Let's just roll 7 dice. Let's do it. That's fine. And if you want to, you could spend 6 to get to max. You could have 10 dice on this.
I will spend 4.
Understood. All right.
And do a reverse throw.
So then I guess I'm jumping off the tree and turning into this thing and trying to catch it.
So basically, you hear the shot, you see Zekas turning into a cyclops, and Sherlock will sort of say to Filian, I think you might want to put your face back on. We should probably get closer to your friends, very directly. You're holding the book, old chap.
Oh, right. Okay.
Close up my face.
Okay. Sherlock starts striding towards the action as Shadow Elves are looking around in shock. Dominic, do you go with them?
Yeah.
He's probably sort of gesturing for you. All right, Zekas, how did we do with your 9 dice rolled?
I have 3 pair right now.
3 pair.
No, I have 3 5s.
Oh, a third degree success. A third degree.
Sorry,
success.
I didn't see that. I have 3 5s.
3 5s. Any pairs beyond that?
A pair of 7s and a pair of 1s.
All right, you will need 2 types of success for this. The main one is the catch. So which one is the catch? The 5? The 5s?
Yeah.
All right. And then the other, do you want to use 1s or 7s for a leap?
Probably 1s. And then maybe I should change. Take it to 0 power.
Dominic's
I'm
at
at
0.
power.
Villian's at 1. You guys are putting some in. Asha, meanwhile, she's just up in a tree.
Just chilling,
Living her life.
living her best life.
Why not?
I love it. All right, so that's going to be a 4th degree success in shadows.
Do I need more on the first or more on this? So I want like 2, 3.
Because of your size, you don't need much on the leap to get there. You're extended. You're over 20 feet, and we said it was like you can get to where you're going. It's more about just.
Okay, so then yeah.
So with a 4th degree success at catching this thing, just Zekas reaches out and holds it in his hand and sort of falls down. Asha has had some Wi-Fi trouble, so she is out. So I will, but with her climb roll, she has scampered down the tree no problem and gone to Filian and Dominic and Sherlock.
Always does struggle
And
with
Zekas lands sort of like in the trees, and what he's holding as he sort of lands, Dominic's got the gun. Oh wait, here she's coming in now.
Oh, there we go.
We'll sort of see this. As hello.
Hi, sorry, are we all dead?
No,
Yes.
but no one's dead, but Dominic and Zekas both currently have 0 power because they've spent it all. Filian has 1 power, he spent it all. And I
Always
did say,
keep some in the
Asha,
tank.
if you want to, actually, because you're back and I had only just now said this happened. So what happened is, Dominic shot the Nightmare Rider and achieved a 5th degree success.
Jeez, okay.
The figure atop the horse fell off, and Zekas leapt from the top of his tall tree, turned into a cyclops in the air, and caught it, and is now sort of like falling down, which for him is not a dangerous fall. He's just gonna kind of like fall into a bunch of trees. Asha, I said you were, and also Sherlock, Filian, and Dominic are now rushing over to you guys with the book. So I said Asha might be climbing down if she had noticed that, but if you would rather stay up in the tree, you certainly can for now.
Actually, yeah, I should probably stay in the tree, but just because.
Sure. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so Asha, you're up in the tree. So Zekas, you fall through these, branches break as this giant cyclops lands. People are sort of shouting in shock at this, and you land just as Dominic, Filian, and Sherlock run up and in your hands.
All right, let's see who this Nightmare Rider really is.
Basically, Dominic, if you do that, what you find is that the Nightmare Rider, the thing atop that horse, seems to be nothing more than a scarecrow. Rigid, lashed wood bundles with a cloak thrown about it.
I was sort of expecting Old Man Jenkins from the cartoons I watched, but glad we didn't shoot anyone that was alive.
This feels like a trap now.
And Sherlock says, fascinating indeed. A trap, but for whom and why? Asha, from you up there, you can't quite see what's going on, but you see that the horse has turned around and is kind of like doing this kind of like, it's as if it's like rearing up in the sky, and suddenly a horrible rain begins to pour down on everyone. A cold, biting rain.
So this might be a stupid question because I don't know that Asha would be able to tell, but does it look like the horse did that, or like the horse is signaling to someone else to do that?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Make a
read horse roll.
Read horse roll. Yeah, do a. I will say
an equestrian roll.
Questionnaire.
I'll let you do an analyze roll on that. I'm gonna let you add half from your forest lore, so you can have 4 dice.
Yay. I'm actually gonna spend 2 power.
We're all gonna end up with 0 power at the end of it.
If I spend 2 right now, I'm at 5, so I'm good-ish.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad I did that. 2 5s.
2 5s. A lot of 5s tonight, also.
Yeah.
You suspect that you're not sure that the horse didn't just signal to someone else, but you are certain that the horse rearing up, like that happening, whether the horse did this itself or whether it was signaling to some other thing. The rain fell in response.
How far away is the horse?
The horse is up in the sky about, from where you've now landed, the horse is about like 20 or 30 feet over your head.
Do we need this scarecrow?
I think we should bring it back.
Sherlock seems to, yeah, if you're about to throw it, Sherlock
I was gonna huck it at the.
Sherlock might sort of
the horse.
Zekas, you're an 18-foot tall Cyclops, and Sherlock Holmes actually, well, no, realistically, he probably could
I would
find
be
some pressure
squatting
points and
down.
stop. Yeah, but like, since you're,
Yeah.
he could poke you in your eye. But if you want to throw it at it, Sherlock will kind of maybe gesture for you to not, but you are entirely welcome to do so.
Is
Throw
there
a
any
tree
other?
at it.
You said the scarecrow down, throw a tree at it. We might need to analyze this.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and first make a lift roll to pull a tree out of the ground.
Okay.
You sadly have no means of manipulating dice after
No.
this. Yeah.
It'll be just all 8s, baby.
2 8s and 2 7s.
Which would
Yeah.
you like to use?
For picking the trees up,
For ripping the tree out of the ground.
I think some levity, some 7.
Cool. Asha, the tree that you're in is ripped out of the ground.
Oh,
Asha, can you give me you can do a climb or dodge or, climb or dodge or any kind of, to just kind of get down, okay?
Oh, my dodge is higher than my climb, so let's do that. 3 3s.
Yes, with 3 3s, Asha is able to, as it's pulled out, Asha kind of like parkours down off a few other branches and is now down with the rest of you. Zekas, however, you have ripped this out with Asha on it, this sort of tree, and now you're going to chuck it up at the guy. Go ahead and make your roll.
Javelin throw the tree.
Caber
Javelin
tossed
throw the
it.
tree, yeah.
Caber tossed this thing.
Okay. Another.
Okay, so you have 7 dice, but no power.
Yep. 2 2s.
2 2s, horror.
1 2 3 4 5 6 2.
Perfection. Guys, Zekas picks this up, and though it's not like a pretty throw, but he hurls this spiky bare branch black tree up at this horse that is currently rearing up. The horse, upon sort of this missile being thrown at it, however, sort of brings its hooves down, kind of like in front of itself, and glares. And Zekas, you see, actually you don't see because there's rain in your single bad eye, but the rest of you watch up and see the tree sort of stop in the air and rot away into sort of smoky mist.
Asha's gonna start like frantically tapping onto Dominic. Just pull the page.
I'm
Run away.
I'm tapping
Run
onto
away.
Cillian.
Run away.
He's stabbing Filian because Filian has the handed Filian.
Oh, okay.
Wait, let's see where this goes.
No, run away. Run away. We run away now.
No, rip the page out now, old man.
All right.
I wait like 5 seconds longer.
Okay, cool. Actually, yeah, you'll wait, and now that mist is sort of that mist and smoke are beginning to like swirl together and suddenly start shooting down towards you all.
Okay.
Run away. Run away.
That's what I was waiting for.
All right, you guys can. With that, you guys return. Zekas, you do have the scarecrow in your hands, and yeah,
So-
you guys can go ahead, Zekas.
Is the horse the rider?
Possibly.
Would you qualify a horse as a rider? It's not riding on anything.
What's the nightmare?
Well, there's
rider,
the
right?
nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah,
rider.
that's
Maybe it
nightmare.
rides nightmares. not like someone riding the horse.
Like the horse is not the nightmare, the horse rides the nightmare, so it's still
Yes.
a nightmare rider.
Oh, like,
Also,
like the
though,
horse is a nightmare
also-
surfer.
but there is that sort of becomes jumbled because nightmare is a
Wait.
mythic, is a lore-based thing that is.
Were we perhaps hearing it wrong the whole time? What if this
sort
horse is an author, and it's a nightmare writer?
No, he not have thumb.
You can dictate it. People have done. You can call those authors still.
Sherlock says,
Then he'd
perhaps
be a
there's something
nightmare
to it.
ghostwriter.
What if all along it was the nightmare?
Yes.
There is also like a lore.
Night.
lore
Mare.
and there's sort of, like,
Rider. But then, no, because if he knights mare, then he no longer riding nightmares.
He rides the cosmic.
Wait. Who started calling it the Nightmare Rider? If that's not what they.
It
That's
seems
called
to be
itself.
the translation of the Shadow Elf term Markov Kunsif. At this point, however, you guys are back in the park, and Henry is there and says, "What is it you've just brought there?
Oh, it was,
This is their rider.
it was what
Yeah.
was riding the horse.
You brought the nightmare right? Oh, it's a dummy.
Yeah.
Horse.
That was a very good shot. You would have been really impressed with it.
Yeah, we did.
He
shoot
sees
that.
the just perfect hole in the center of it. It was in the sky. That's I'm sure.
Yeah,
It's a very
it
good
was
shot.
flying at full speed too.
I'm
The
impressed.
horse, very terrifying.
The horse is terrifying.
Yes,
Yes.
it had some kind of magic about it.
Horse made it rain, and not like the fun kind. He just actually made it rain.
Yeah, less rom-com, more natural disaster movie.
Understood.
Shredded a tree I threw at it.
I have some
I think that-
concerns about
Rom-com.
Henry. Sort of immediately sort of he's listening. He says, "Shredded a tree you threw at it."
More like it rotted away.
Yes.
Very
In your
powerful
Cyclops form,
necromantic.
you hurled a tree at it.
Why to
Yeah,
catch
Asha
this
was
thing?
in that tree. Be
I
careful
couldn't
what
s-
tree you grab.
You
I
threw-
couldn't see.
You threw
There,
Asha
it
at
was rainy.
No,
Well,
Asha
Well,
dark.
you
got
can't
down.
see you're a Cyclops. Yes, that's how it works. All right. First of all, he kind of just casts a some kind of like bubble of force. Puts a circular wall of force around this thing and says, "All right. So first of all, it was probably wise of you to bring this back for my study, but I'm worried about it being here. I'm going to take this somewhere else and look into it because I very much hope the Nightmare Rider may have some connection to this thing. Although,
Why don't we
detect
just
magic
burn it?
spell, I think it really might just be a dummy. It's still an object it is possessed. We might be able to track it, but if I take it somewhere safe, we should be fine. Good work.
I mean,
so-
someone had to put the dummy on the horse.
Indeed.
I mean,
Yeah, as you said, the horse doesn't have thumbs. There's no way it was building that and putting it on itself.
No.
No, there was not.
could have its own minions.
It made rain and then shot mist at us and we ran away.
Well,
But at least it wasn't this Macy
Did,
that we always talk about.
Can I, having waited to see the glimpse, Philip,
yes.
of this, can I recognize anything about how it was manipulating the weather and everything like that? Is that anything that reads to me? Any spell that reads as, or
Give me. I will let you do your analyze, and I'll let you add. I'll let you add 2 dice to it from your sort of just your half your magic modifier, basically.
once again, wow, I keep rolling 4s and 5s. Pair of sci-fi.
Pair of sci-fi. You definitely. Ooh, I'll say this: you've now figured out how to play back. You won't have this ability forever, but for right now, you've figured out how to play back some of the imagery and the analysis of things like barometric pressure, temperature, humidity that happened when it did that are far outside of what would be non-magical. So it absolutely casts some kind of. But you're not even sure it was a spell. It might be some higher level thing of just the winds are commanded. A storm is at the beck and call of this thing.
It's Storm?
hears a cry of yes.
We're dealing with an Aurora situation.
Operation.
It is a storm that is approaching.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, Henry
Henry will
wasn't
say,
like any
Yes.
spell I recognize.
more
almost as if it-
elemental,
Yeah, it's almost like control of the elements themselves.
especially in a place like that. All right, excellent work.
Is it
You might
normal
have been-
that
What's that, Zekas?
is it normal that you tell us not to do something and we go and do the opposite?
Yes. Well,
we're told.
I do think that given this, well, here's the situation. Here's the problem. You all put yourselves in far more danger. You all seem utterly exhausted. Asha, even you, haven't seen you this exhausted since you were attacked by Beatrice by a Belcher.
Asha, fine, and she will twerk.
Well, that's great. But how many? So what? Fillion has 1. Dominic and Zekas have 0. Asha has 4, 5.
5.
There you go.
5.
Asha's fine, I guess.
I feel all right. I
Um,
feel as live as I always do.
Henry's like, right. So, my friends. In answer to that, Zekas, it's difficult to explain. Yes, they very frequently. My suggestion of not engaging this and simply observing is because I thought there was a remote possibility you were looking at either the Nightmare Rider or some direct sort of avatar thereof, which I think is what happened. Perhaps it was simply an avatar. This is a symbol of the rider. Perhaps the horse is the rider after all. I don't know. We're going to have to think of things. As I said, my divinations on this subject are being blocked. So this creature is this foe of ours is very powerful. That being said, you gained far more information than you would have had you played things sort of calm. So I give you discretion to sort of make a choice to if you
It's
decide to
always
risk it or-
successful mission.
Every time. 100% success rate.
Yes, you. Well, sure. We'll
Right.
say it's 100%.
100 eye success
But-
rate.
When we fail,
You've not failed.
yeah,
He
so
kind of
100%.
he looks at Sherlock slightly as when you brought that motherfucker here.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. 99 eye success rate.
In any event, good work, and you give me a lot to analyze. I shall see what this does, but suffice it to say, I do think that whether this was merely an avatar or the entity itself, we have poked the bear. So prepare for reprisals. Yes, Zekas.
And
It was
Sherlock,
worse.
did you figure out? Did you do whatever you needed to do?
Also, no one poked Asha.
Of course.
That's sort of the problem, I think.
Different
Of
kind
course,
of
and
bear.
we didn't poke
Yes,
it,
you
we
see.
took tree at it.
In fact, I did accomplish what I went there to do. I deduced something very important that has nothing to do with what any of you are doing, and yet might be the most important thing of all.
Which was?
My own business, Mr. Torrret. Now,
Why are you even here?
Oh, I'm helping. Now, if you don't mind,
You just said it had nothing to do with what we do.
I helped in the end. I did help you all get out of there. I suggested you get away, and post haste, not a moment too soon. For after Dominic recklessly shot it and Zekas recklessly caught it, and then recklessly threw a tree at it, we had to make our way away very quickly. If you don't mind, I'm going to go practice my violin, and not any of my other pastimes. He looks like
Your
Nancy.
gentlemanly needs.
Is
No,
Violet
no,
what
not-
did you name his penis?
He goes off in a huff. And with
It's
that,
rude
we will-
not to share. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you would like to share in his gentlemanly needs.
I mean, the opium part of it aligns, yeah.
well,
Wow.
with that, this session comes to a close. Thank you, friends. Nice work. You,
Dominic takes this backpack and in the middle of the courtyard sets down the camping thing in the tent and just sitting there in a lawn chair drinking.
yeah,
God,
big.
If I had
down
a- if I had-
energy.
I just so want the Justorian to start making sure this isn't some sort of labor action.
Yep. Hold on. There's listen. There's no parking on these public grounds. Move on, citizen. Wow. Well, on that socially relevant beat, we bring our episode to an end. Thank you all for checking this out. This game is always a lot of fun. We have other games on this channel. Join us on Wednesday for Top Flight Tales. Join us on Friday for Blood from a Stone. And join us on Sunday for Here Be Dragons, before we're back 1 week from tonight with more Dreamlands, where you will have a choice between Totes and Magoats. What Magoats means is yet to be seen. We'll find out tomorrow. We have go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, and our wiki to see how these games interact. Pierce, did you have a thing?
Oh, I was just going to say also thank you to C Plus Content for raiding in.
Oh, hello, any
and,
raiders who are still here.
As a special note, that
Hi.
a bunch of you still hung around, even though you came in a real weird moment.
This is probably an interesting game to just drop in on for sure.
In our Discord and such, Philip actually does write recaps of every episode. So if you want to try to parse what is going on here, there's all that, as well as on our YouTube and stuff.
Oh, I'll also throw this out retroactively. If I know there was a raid, I would have been like, oh, just so you know, this is the thing people often are most wondering. This game uses a pool system where they're rolling d8s and they're looking for matches rather than like a high number or a sum. So the more dice that are the same number, the higher degree of success you have, and those degrees of success have subjective ideas. So in some cases, all that matters is you get a third, but sometimes one is better than another, kind of based on stuff. So there you go. Well, thanks for watching. Anybody want to plug anything? Mention anything? Ha ha ha.
Sorry, I just wait for the giggle, and then I'll land Zekas real quick here. This feels like moderately appropriate to what we were just dealing with. As is the goal. I'm always trying to and I feel like I may have thrown this one out before, but I'll do it again anyway. I will recommend the movie Color Out of Space. Richard Stanley's return to directing, starring Nicolas Cage. It's delightfully weird, creepy, upsetting, and like beautiful at times.
I'm sure there's definitely some overlap with it. It's very Lovecraft. It's a Lovecraft story. So.
And if I haven't, if I have recommended that before, I'm just gonna remind you all that Mars Attacks exists and is great, and it's also 28 years old.
That I didn't like the last.
That's upsetting. That's upsetting.
What
Just
you were saying before that was fine, and then you ruined it.
Yeah, I realized that 1996 was 28 years ago when I looked up
when 1996 was. Would anyone like to plug anything that doesn't suck?
Well,
Madam Web.
Madam Web, there we go. Cool. Thanks, guys. Hey, thanks a lot.
Okay,
everyone.
serious. If you want something that doesn't suck, in my wheelhouse, what we were doing, I was doing, Laid Back Camp. Great anime about camping. That's all it's about. It's fantastic. Love it.
That really was your vibe for the night.
Yeah.
Yep.
And KJ, do you want to plug not coconuts?
I refuse to give them any more time.
Wow, not even as a negative, not even as an anti-endorsement.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Madam.
Cage is done. Cage is done feeding into Big Coco.
Big nut. Cool.
No,
Well, thanks,
Big
everybody.
Coconut, because Big
Yeah,
Nut is that
yeah.
guy with the monocle.
KJ's not going to
Mr.
plug the
Peanut?
Big Nut.
Yeah.
He's Big Lagoon, but okay. Well, thank you, everyone. This was a lot of fun. We will see you next time. Until then, sweet dreams.